9 to thrive. Hello everyone. Have you ever been in this situation? You work hard all month, you finally get your paycheck, and then suddenly something happens. Your car breaks down, a hospital bill shows up, or worse, your company announces layoffs. And right away you're stuck thinking, where am I going to find the money to handle this? On the other hand, maybe you've heard people say, investing is the only way to get rich fast. So you rush to put all your savings into stocks, crypto, or some hot fund. But when life throws an emergency at you, you have no cash on hand. You're forced to sell your investments at a loss, and you end up with nothing. So here's the big question. As an office worker, should you build an emergency fund first, or should you start investing right away? Today's video will give you a clear answer by comparing the two side by side, so you'll know which step is smarter to take first. What exactly is an emergency fund? Think of life as a long road trip. Along the way, there will always be bumps, traffic jams, or unexpected breakdowns. An emergency fund is like having a spare tire in your trunk. Simple definition. An emergency fund is money you set aside only for sudden and unexpected situations. Losing your job, getting sick, accidents, car repairs, home repairs, and so on. The goal: save enough to cover 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. For example, if your monthly expenses are $1,000, your emergency fund should be at least $3,000 to $6,000. The key here is that this money must be easy to access. You don't invest it in risky assets. Instead, you keep it in a savings account, an online bank, or a money market fund, somewhere safe and liquid. In other words, your emergency fund is the shield that protects you before you even think about going into battle with investments. In other words, your emergency fund is the shield that protects you before you even think about going into battle with investments. Scene 3. What about investments? Now, investments are the engine that helps your financial car go faster. What is investing? It's when you put money into assets, stocks, bonds, index funds, real estate, gold, even crypto, so that your money earns more money. The goal: long-term growth, building wealth, and creating passive income streams. But here's the catch. Investing always carries risk. Prices go up and down. Markets crash. And if you suddenly need cash during a downturn, you might have to sell at a big loss. That's why investments are powerful for the future, but they don't help when you're in a crisis today. It's like adding a turbo engine to your car, but if you get a flat tire and don't have a spare, that engine is useless. Scene 4. Emergency fund versus investments. A side-by-side look. Let's compare the two directly. Safety. Emergency fund equals 100% safe. It won't make you rich, but it will always be there when you need it. Investments equals can give you high returns, but comes with risk and uncertainty. Purpose. Emergency fund equals survival. It keeps you afloat when life surprises you. Investments equals growth. It builds wealth when life is stable. Psychology. Emergency fund equals peace of mind. You can sleep better at night. Investments without a safety net equals stress. Every market dip feels terrifying. Put simply, an emergency fund keeps you in the game, while investments help you win the game. So, if you're an office worker with a steady but limited income, how should you prioritize? Step 1. Build your emergency fund first. Start small. Save enough for 1 month of expenses. Then work your way up to 3 to 6 months. This is your non-negotiable safety net before you even think about investing. Step 2. Once your fund is set, start investing. You can split it. Maybe 70% stays safe, 30% goes into investments. Always follow the golden rule. Only invest money you won't need for at least 3 to 5 years. Step 3. Grow both side by side. After your emergency fund is complete, let it sit. From then on, focus more on investments to build real long-term wealth. Remember, success in personal finance isn't about choosing one or the other. It's about choosing the right order. So if you're still asking, should I build an emergency fund or start investing first? The answer is, build your emergency fund first. because it keeps you safe in the game. Then, invest.so you can actually win the game. Without an emergency fund, any investment plan is fragile. But if you only save and never invest, you'll miss out on growth and freedom. Here's your action plan. Open a separate account just for your emergency fund. Set up automatic transfers into it every month. Once you hit your target, start putting extra money into investments. When you combine safety and growth, you're no longer just surviving paycheck to paycheck. You're moving toward true financial freedom. And hey, if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with a friend who's stuck deciding between saving and investing. Sometimes, one smart decision in the right order can completely change your financial future.